What's going on, guys? Remy here. I'm with Van the Mortgage Man. It is
Hello.
another episode of In Between the Money Tree, and today's topic, Van, is a good one, I think. I think this one is, we haven't actually talked about this in a while, but I want to understand your take on what the current market condition is, right? I know there's a lot of fluctuation. There is some stability, some instability, there's a lot of fluctuation. I want to hear your take on it, see if you can provide some insight. And we'd love to hear from you for sure.
What is this, the third week of September?
It is the third week of September.
Or last week of September.
Did it? I don't know anymore.
Okay, so...
Time flies as I get older, I think.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. How's your fantasy football team doing, man?
It's doing good.
Is it? What's your record?
I'm 3-0 in one league, and are you really trying to do this to me?
I'm just curious.
No, I'm 1-2 in the other league. It's fine, whatever.
Okay, I'm 3-0.
Oh, I'm sure.
So here's what's happening in the markets. If you're watching this at the present time, you've noticed that, there's some volatility in the financial markets, stock market gyrating a lot, more losses than gains recently, just really tough market. And interest rates have been ticking up seemingly every day for the last 2 weeks. It's been kind of rough. And what's precipitating this is Federal Reserve people talking about, and banking executives talking about how rates might not be high enough to quash the inflationary issues that the economy is facing. So that is leading to more speculation in the financial markets that rates are going to go up.
Yeah. And, after speaking with a buddy of mine, he's in financial planning, things like that, and he's discussing the same things. It's just still volatile, even on the side of the stock market side as well. So
yeah,
I see it all the time.
So what they're saying is Jamie Dimon, who runs J.P. Morgan Chase and is the most notable banking executive out there, is saying everybody should be prepared for higher rates. Okay.
What are you talking about? Higher rates, though?
Perhaps another % higher than current levels.
Got it.
Okay. So he's saying, listen, maybe it's an outside chance, but you should be prepared for it because the markets haven't been really anticipating that.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, and a Federal Reserve person today, actually, notable member of the Federal Reserve, mentioned that it's unclear whether inflation is anywhere close to being tamed. Okay, so these things suggest that rates could be higher. So basically, we all have to be prepared for rates of mortgage rates going up as well.
What does that do to the market, Van? Like, if rates go up right now again and they keep going up, what is the take on the real estate market? What do you think it's going to do? Do you have any prediction?
So here's the thing, and this is what they're saying. They're saying the reason that rates might have to be going up is because the economy is doing so well, better than expected. And that extends to housing and people's ability to afford higher priced homes and things like that. All right. So if you subscribe to that understanding, then in theory, it really shouldn't affect the housing market in any significant way, up to a point where maybe they hit the brakes too hard,
right?
And then the person goes through the proverbial window, front window, basically, right? So that's the idea, is the economy can withstand it, so they might have to push rates higher to kind of keep their work going on inflation. And because the economy is doing so well, we really shouldn't see a major impact.
Okay, so if the rates continuously increase like they have over the last year, right? Month over month, they've increased. What's it look like when they start to come down? Does it come down drastically? So at the same rate that it's gone up?
Yeah, no, that's a good question. Actually, and that's the thing. If they do push the brakes too hard on the economy, eventually, the person goes to the window, right? And the economy falls into recession, and that forces the rates to come back down, okay? And yeah, the idea is the higher you go, the steeper the drop is going to be.
Sure.
And
this is historic though, right?
Well, it's yes and no. I mean, we've seen wide swings in rates in short periods of time before.
Yeah.
Okay, so COVID, we saw it. Financial crisis, we saw it. So maybe in our lifetimes, we haven't seen kind of since like the 80s. Certainly not in your lifetime, maybe in mine. Rates get this high.
Sure.
And get kind of pushed up as high so quickly.
Sure.
But yeah, at some point it gets too high, and then it comes down, right? So the higher it gets, probably the lower it will go.
It's good information. I think that's there's a lot of unanswered questions about that, so I'm glad that we addressed it. You heard it here first. Van, anything else you want to add?
No, I think, listen, this doesn't change the calculus about when to buy. That's the most important takeaway here. It's just kind of giving you an awareness that don't expect rates to be lower in the short term. Actually expect them to be higher.
Sure.
And, hold out the hope, however, that the Federal Reserve is pushing things enough that at some point they're going to have to drop.
Yeah.
And you want to be in your house and ready to refinance.
Exactly.
Right
what I was
at
gonna
that
add.
point.
Exactly what I was going to add. Again, you heard it here first. In Between the Money Tree, another episode. Van, appreciate your time as always, and we look forward to seeing you on next week's episode.
Yep. Take
Thanks
care.
so much.